Azuka himself of blessed memory is also involved.
So you people allow criminals to drive while police are now the conductors.
Those policemen shouldn't have gone with those suspects to the scene. There are so many other strategies to arrest that Mr. Akolisa. So it should have been prevented. In the issue of preventing it, you understand that destiny can be changed.
You're admitting, say, police fuck up.
You can't be police more than us. All the officers involved in that operation is currently in custody, while we have activated other team to make sure that the suspect that is on the run, we will rearrest them. Anambra State Police Command is more pained than what you are feeling now. We have nothing to hide. It's still us that came out and let the members of the public know. It is still us that is still giving members of the public to know that we are pained in this process. And part of what we are doing, it will also give us edge to make people to trust us again, just as we have been preaching.
Ndị ọdịcha unu anụgo vivakwu. How is it possible that unarmed two young boys, they are not professional athletes, they are not professional runners, they are not people that have gone to Olympic and came back? How do you want the public to believe and accept that people that are on their foot outrun police officers that are trained though, that should be running better than them, and then given that they are with guns too, that you can shoot and the person just for up, the person stops running, then talk more of that you can even shoot the person? How do you want the public to actually understand that they outrun police officers that are with guns that can shoot them down?
When something wants to happen, it will happen. My style of policing is preventive policing, except it is destined to happen. But first of all, I must prevent it.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not, I said, let's not be passionate about this. Because
angry about this.
Anambra State Police Command is more pained than what you are feeling now. Remember, the family, the community, the constituency he represents, we also need to explain to them. So why I say that my style of policing is preventive policing, except is destined to happen. In that context, is saying that those policemen shouldn't have gone with those suspects to the scene. There are so many other strategies to arrest that Mr. Akolisa. So it should have been prevented. So in the issue of preventing it, you understand that destiny can be changed. So now, in the context of you saying that the policemen, they are trained, the suspects are not Olympic, they are not athletes that should have run. Remember, these are criminals. In as much as we are not making excuses for them running away, but we are also blaming our officers for that unprofessional act. So the context of here, trying to explain on how it happened and how it not happened, we have done that. But please, trust us again. We are doing everything possible to make sure that these suspects are back.
For how long? Are we working with any time frame? Are you saying give us 7 days? Are you saying give us 2 weeks? Or is it indefinite?
It's not indefinite. So, since that incident happened, the command has been coming up with updates on what we are doing.
This happened on February 8th, right?
Yes.
And today is 28th of February. That is 20 days
20
after.
days, yes.
And people are still saying that we should trust you again. It is 3 weeks.
Yes. Why I'm saying this is because it happened on 8th. Part of what the command is investigating is also to know why the policemen that are involved in this operation did not let the management team know about this incident for 10 days. Yes. So we are still grilling that part to know whether there is conspiracy or not.
Do you think there is?
Investigation will unveil. So there are so many things that we are looking at. That is the part of we calling on members of the public to trust us. Remember, it is still Anambra State Police Command that came out and let the members of the public know that the suspects that we have in our custody in the course of going for an operation to arrest another to escape.
After more than a week, you could not come. It took days.
It took more days. Than 10 days. In as much as it took days, but we still said it. Then on the part of it took days, the operatives that are involved in that operation are currently in custody. Part of what we are doing is to know why they conceal that information.
I'm asking you,
Okay.
how do we know that these police officers are in custody and they are being drilled and grilled? Just like you're saying.
Okay.
Because you people can come out
Come
say,
and say anything.
and say anything.
You see,
How do we know that they are in custody?
you are saying this on the space of distrust, but I am telling you to trust us again. And for policemen to go on the process of the level of what you are saying now, being dictated, made public, is a process. When we get to that extent, we'll do that process. But for now, I just don't want to say all our strategy, but we ask questions. We interview them one after the other to get facts and discrepancies of what they said previously and what they are currently saying now.
Okay.
So these are things that we are doing. And remember, the senior officers among them have been queried, and part of the query is to respond. Then on our own, we have taken their statements because we are treating them as suspects now.
Trust is
A double-edged sword.
yes, and it's a process.
Yes.
It's a process.
It's end.
Yes, it's end.
It's end.
It's not
For us to get to this stage, part of what you have to know and our followers to know this is that we have nothing to hide. It's still us that came out and let the members of the public know. It is still us that is still giving members of the public and our followers to know that we are pained in this process. And part of what we are doing, and we know it will also give us edge to make people to trust us again, just as we have been preaching, is to rearrest these suspects. And I'm telling you that we are doing everything legally possible to make sure that these suspects are in custody.
One of the main reasons why we invited you here today is to talk about the trending matter of Honorable Justice Azuka, the member representing Onitsha North 1 constituency that was gruesomely murdered after being kidnapped and detained for some days and everything. There are so many things to the story. So now I'm asking you, as the police PRO, you are speaking for the police. Can you hear me know what happened to Honorable Justice Azuka? Please go ahead.
Honorable Justice Azuka, I pray that God will grant him peace. Also know that Anambra State Police Command is doing everything possible to make sure that those behind this don't go unpunished. The command is pained by his demise, and we are also making sure that those people that are behind this gruesome murder will never go unpunished. When we got that information about his adoption sometime last year, December, police did not treat that with their kid glove. We treated it just like every other complaint that we have received, because for them, it was a case of adoption. We quickly cordoned off the area because that thing happened late in the night, not that late, between 8 p.m. and 9 or thereabouts. When he was about entering his house, he was accosted by these criminals and taken away. When we got that information, we cordoned off some of the strategic points where that incident happened. When they discovered that the police have actually known that he was adopted, and he was adopted with his vehicle, what they now did is to abandon his vehicle and transfer him to another vehicle and took him to an unknown destination. That was what gave us the first breakthrough of recovering his vehicle. It was recovered. Anambra State Police Command did not hide that. We also made the Anambra know and Nigerians know that CO, we have recovered his vehicle, and we are also trailing the criminals that did this. And ever since then, the command has been on their toes, gathering intelligence, acting on some of them, and also making sure that some of the information that, especially as it relates to his still being in captivity, we are treated with first attention from the command. Not until the news broke out when we arrested with some of AVG members and operatives of Udogachi arrested these suspects. In as much as we have had some of them in custody, trying to round off the main suspects involved. Because ever since then, we have arrested some of them. But we don't want to make it public, not to mar the investigation, until we're able to round up all of them. It was on that note that one of them now mentioned to us where they dumped his body. Initially, he said that he's somewhere in Second Niger Bridge. So we thought he was still alive. Not for us to get there and found his already decomposing body. It was a pain in our heart. And further informations that we drew from them also help us to also arrest some of their gang members. Immediately after we discovered that, Anambra State Police Command say now is the time to let the members of the public know what we have been doing since the adoption of this honorable member. We granted a press briefing and let Ndi Anambra know that it's so unfortunate that we found his decomposing body. But what we did, apart from recovering his vehicle, is to apprehend these suspects. And all these suspects were paraded for Ndi Anambra and the whole Nigerian and the whole world to see. Ikemefuna Osai from Delta State and Chinedu Okoli from Imo State. They are the drivers of these criminal gangs. They now mentioned to us that whenever they finish this operation, they always go to a particular place in Obosi to hand over vehicle to somebody. And that person is still part of them. His name is Tochukwu Akiolisa. That is still at large. We have to round up this criminal gang. And it's only that Ikemefuna and Chinedu knows where this particular Tochukwu Akiolisa is staying. To tell you how coordinated this criminal gang is. And it's only when that Akiolisa sees those two faces he knows, which is Ikemefuna and Chinedu, that he can be able to relax and know that actually he's safe. Police operatives now took them along to go and arrest this guy before the unfortunate incident happened on their escape. But the information out there saying that the police actually released the suspects is not true. We are pained with these developments, and the Anambra State Police Command have taken responsibility about this. The operational lapses of our men, we are taking responsibility about it. All the officers involved in that operation is currently in custody, while we have activated other team to make sure that the suspect that is on the run, we will rearrest them.
There are so many questions begging for answers. Now, make it make sense to me and the public, okay? The public saw pictures of criminals on the 7th.
Yes.
Which Tochukwu Akiolisa is part of the public. He was free. So there's a possibility that he might have seen that these people are in police custody.
Yes.
And they've been arrested.
Yes.
How do you expect Tochukwu, that must have seen these suspects paraded, to now be relaxed, seeing them coming to actually bring a car?
Okay.
Don't you guys think that Tochukwu would have known that this is a planned walk? I just saw these two guys yesterday paraded by the police. What are they doing there? So make it make sense.
Okay. Now,
what was the strategy?
Now, before we paraded those suspects, if you watch the tune of that parade, you see that their faces were not shown and their names were not mentioned.
Okay.
That is the first strategy.
Okay.
But what prompted that parade is to let Ndi Anambra know and Nigerians know that these suspects that are behind the gruesome murder of this honorable member is in our custody. And their faces were not shown and their names were not mentioned. The only person that his name, or rather was made public, was the one that have no peace for government on his chest. That was the highlight of that.
Is that one still in custody?
He's still in custody.
Okay.
That was the highlight of that.
Yes.
And it was after the parade they mentioned to us that this is where they used to keep their vehicle. Who's there they keep their vehicle?
Oh, after the parade?
After the parade.
Okay.
So that's when they mentioned to us further drill, because we are already processing it for them to charge to court so that justice will take its course. That was when we now discovered that this Mr. Akiolisa should be arrested. It was as a result of arresting Akiolisa that the unprofessional left the two suspects unguarded.
Okay, first of all, the reason for the operation was achieved.
Yes.
That is capturing Tochukwu Akiolisa.
Yes.
He's in custody now.
He's in custody now.
Okay, because people are asking, so you people allow criminals to drive, why police are now the conductors? Because there is a report of that when they got there, that they drove off and then parked and then ran away.
It's true.
It's true?
It's true. That is why I mentioned to you that this is a very great
operational
lapse.
Yes, you said it.
Because if those operatives were to be very professional, all these options that you are giving is even the least of what we will explore. We must not tell you all our strategy.
No, you don't have
But
to.
the operational lapse has been committed and it has happened. So you can't be police more than us. The options you are giving are the ones members of the public know. The Nigerian police, last 2 years, last 3 years, it's not the Nigerian police you know now. We are dealing with it internally. The officers involved in that operation are with us. We are drilling them and we are making sure that we explore every necessary way to get out informations from them. And soon, we will let not only India Anambra know what truly happened, but we will also parade the suspects, Ikemefuna and Chinedu, because we are very close in arresting them.
We are arresting?
Yes.
Yeah. You're admitting, say, police fuck up.
I told you that we are not collection of angels.
Yes, you said it.
As an institution,
You said it.
we always assess our strategy. But for now, we beg India Anambra and Nigerians to trust us again. Police is everywhere. Whether Force Headquarters is looking at it, they are all monitoring what we are doing.
Which of the outfits actually arrested the kidnappers or the suspects, people that are involved with the kidnapping and murdering of Honorable Justice? Was it Udogachi? Was it police? Was it which of the security outfits actually did the arrest?
Nobody can take the glory alone.
It was a
combined team effort. Udogachi operatives were there. Anambra State Vigilantes were there. Anambra State Police were there. Even Delta State Police Command also assisted us. But I must not say everything. But I know that it is not a single effort of anybody. Nobody can claim that he is the person in charge or take the glory alone. No. Everybody was involved. Even the family of late Honorable Azuka. And Azuka himself, of blessed memory, is also involved. He's also involved because the push, the passion, the fire that was going on to make sure that these people that did this are arrested was coming from all angles. Even from his constituency and the respectable people of Onitsha, the stakeholders of Onitsha, all of them were involved. And even as of yesterday, they also granted press conference calling for the review of what is going on. Nobody is happy.
If you want buy land with no umunna wahala or a touch of spiritual problem, I recommend Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
I want to ask you, I don't know whether you've seen a trending video from a notable Catholic priest in Anambra State, Father Ibemonso, where he's asking Onitsha people. He said, Ndi Onitsha Juano, Anambra State government, everyone no. Juano the police. Such situation, what does the police have to say about it? And people are now running with the idea of maybe there is a political undertone. There are people that are also saying that Ibemonso implied, though he did not say that, but they say he implied that it's because this person is not a member of a political party. That is why this happened to him. Now, people are now saying that, okay, it's like the police was used to achieve this. Address what Father Ibemonso said, and then what is the position of the police with all these ideologies concerning this very escape?
Everybody is talking from the aspect of where he or she knows. Nigerian police cannot be used. Anambra State Police cannot be used. We are still part of the process to ensure justice. Anybody that is speaking for justice, put what you are saying in a scale and apply the knife.
With the information you have, was there any ransom paid?
From what I was briefed, there was no ransom paid. There was no money collected from his account.
Okay, because there was a trending controversy of 100 million naira being actually withdrawn and transferred from his account, which involved a nurse, which involved so many things. It was pushed out and it trended. And then Imobi Traditional Council of Onitsha, a body, actually was asking the question, couldn't this be traced, knowing that there was an electronic transfer? And what about the mentioning of the nurse that helped them withdraw it? And then looking at the suspects too, they don't look like people that could handle such transaction. They don't even look like people that have seen such money, that there could be other people that are actually involved. Then, on the very day of the burial, our governor said something about no money was actually removed from his account, that the government froze the account immediately they were aware of his kidnap. So there are so many contradictory stories, and then Onitsha people wants to know which one are they following, which one is happening, which one is true, and which one is not true. Please address it.
I don't think it's even possible. From the little I know about financial crime and financial transaction to withdraw 100 million at once, I don't think it is even possible. So in the context of trying to answer this, you understand that all these things are fallacy.
According to them, was it a case of a random kidnap or a target?
From what we gathered, I can say that it's a case of random kidnap because they don't know there is an honorable member.
Do you think that there is something going on in Onitsha, that the police is not arresting the situation and the police are not actually in control of whatever is going on in Onitsha? Do you think there's something peculiar that's happening? Do you think that Onitsha people and their sons are actually being targeted by insecurity? Go ahead, please.
Let's not personalize security situation or security concern.
Okay.
Why I'm saying this is because we are all in this together. There is no policeman in Anambra that is not passionate about making sure that security is stable. Unlike the things you mentioned,
yes,
on the security concerns and incidents that happen within Onitsha and some other stakeholders in Onitsha, it can happen to anybody. And the heartbreaking thing is that some of these persons that have paid the supreme price are all from Southeast. Some. If they are 500, if they are 1,000, if they are as many as you can count, I will say that 90% of them are from Southeast. So why are we killing our own brothers? So let's not judge it in the context of there is a direct attack on any community or on any person. We are all in this together.
Would you say that the situation has overwhelmed Anambra State Command? And what do you think of this vote of no confidence from Imobi Traditional Council of Onitsha, presided by His Royal Highness Igwe Alfred Achebe? What do you have to say about the situation?
I feel that if we are not briefing the members of the public to know what we are doing, that is what also informed their press briefing, because they have been briefed and we have been giving series of information out there on what we are doing. The ones we talk to the press, the ones we go to individuals to tell them what we are doing. If they have expressed concern about it, it's genuine. Just like I told you, so many stakeholders are involved in this. Everybody is talking from the part he or she feels that he can talk from. Some persons are talking passionately. Some persons are talking politically. Some persons are using it to generate content. Some persons are using it to attract attention towards themselves. But the truth is that Anambra State Police Command is pained with this situation, and it is subject to review all the processes that we are doing, which some of them we can't dish it out to members of the public. Anybody can take over the case. Police is police everywhere, be it force headquarters, be it Anambra State Police Command. But have it in mind that where this scene, the crime scene, is still Anambra State Police Command, by extension, Onitsha, and by locality, Onitsha 1 constituency.
I'm more like speaking on their behalf because they are not here, okay? They asked this question. They said, if Honorable Azuka was murdered on 26 December 2024, that's what the public know, his remains would have been far more decomposed than it was when it was found on the 6th of February 2024. React to this.
In as much as I want to respond to so many questions, but there are some questions that have explained itself. Before Honorable Azuka was buried, autopsy was conducted. I will like to also visit this Honorable Palace to show them some documents that has to do with his autopsy, because the autopsy will reveal when he died, how he died, and what happened. Autopsy cannot lie. The fact remains that Honorable Azuka is gruesomely murdered, are currently at large, and the police is on the trail to arrest them.
Why did the police command withhold the information about the escape of these suspected kidnappers for 11 days before actually disclosing it on 19th February. Why did you guys withhold it for 11 good days?
The why is still what we are drilling the men about, to find out details on why they conceal that information to the command. Till we exhaust every option of that, I don't know the reason.
Thank you for watching BAM. Would you like to be heard? Do you have a story you'd like to tell to the whole world, or a God-given talent you'd like the whole world to see? Or would you like us to take your brand and business to the next level? Come now to the most popular Igbo interview in the whole world. BAM. Contact the numbers on your screen today to place an advert or be our guest. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube at Young Content Factory and BAM Interview, Twitter and Instagram at Young Content Factory. Thank you.